Yes, guys. Oh, sorry, I had a hiccup there. Yeah, yes, guys. Big up. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I know it's a late one, but big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Um, yeah, man, that was uh oh, that Tottenham. Oh, dearie me. But Chelsea still looks absolutely crap. Somehow Jackson still looks absolutely crap, even though he got a hat trick against 9 men. The man's diabolical. Yeah, it's just it's madness, absolute madness. But yeah, big up. What a game that was tonight. Tottenham versus Chelsea. That is the most entertaining 90 minutes of football. If you actually look back at that game, the game of football was terrible. The football actually played was poor quality, absolute trash. It was the red cards, the incidents that made it fun. But yeah, big up Chelsea, putting Tottenham in their place. Love it. Um, and the Premier League is basically, yeah, exactly 9 men, exactly. Look, and the Premier League is pretty much how it sort of was before the weekend started. So, you know, it really that that sort of looking at that now, you feel, Liverpool just missed a beat here. If we just got 3 points against Luton, we'd be second in the Premier League right now, and goal difference against Tottenham. And everything would be beautiful. Everything actually, yeah, everything would be beautiful, but no, not uh it, it's bad. It's bad. Trudon, what's your problem with Darwin Nunez, man? Let me know in the chat. I need to know your issue with Darwin Nunez, my friend. I need to know your issue with Darwin Nunez. Um, yeah, a lot of people on Twitter and social media today, and actually Sky Sports themselves, were talking about it's the worst The Darwin Nunez miss was the worst in Premier League history. And then thankfully, someone on social media found out clips of Henry, Ronaldo, Haaland all missing open goals from exactly the same distance. So yeah. They just make of it what they will. They just make it of it what they will. Darwin is. Do I think Darwin's ever going to be a 30-goal a season striker? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Does he need to work on stuff? Yeah. Do I still rate him as a footballer? Of course I do. Of course I do. But big up. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're all doing well. Few things before we start, guys. I just need to do a bit of a channel detox here. I need to do a bit of a channel detox here and just start off here. Going forward, I won't be doing any more watch-alongs at this present time, and the reason I won't be doing any more watch-alongs for the foreseeable future is because my weekends are just getting so busy with family now. I've got 3 little kids and a wife, and they want to do things on the weekend. They don't want daddy just sitting in the office doing watch-alongs all weekend and stuff like that. So I've decided, I spoke to my wife today, and I've decided I'm not going to do any more watch-alongs for the foreseeable future, guys. I will do them again soon. And also, there's stuff happening in my life as well where, I have to. I've got other things going in my life. Like my wife has got her business that she does at this moment in time, and she's got major things coming up, and she needs to do work for it. So I've got to be there for her as well. I've got my family. So for the foreseeable future, guys, there won't be no more watch-alongs on the channel for a while. But there'll still be match previews, match reviews. Everything else will stay the same. Everything on the channel will stay the same, guys. There just won't be any Liverpool watch-alongs. So that's midweek games, Premier League games, League Cup games, or anything to do with Liverpool at the moment in time. There won't be no watch-alongs just for the foreseeable future at this moment in time. Just because I've got so much going on in my life, man. I've got 3 little kids, a wife. My wife's got her own business as well. I need to help her out as well, So I hope everyone understands that, I hope everyone understands that and they're cool with that. I'll still be back for match reaction videos after every single match. So don't worry about that. I'll still be doing match previews. It just won't be the um just won't be any watch-alongs for the foreseeable future. But I hope you're all cool with that. I do appreciate it, guys. Also, sometimes I can't be doing as many videos as I've been doing lately for the next couple of weeks, just because busy at home. I've got my wife's got a business. She's got some exciting stuff coming up that she needs to take care of. My wife is actually going to Comic Con, and she's got a stall, a shop at Comic Con where she's going to sell stuff. So she's going to be very busy with that all weekend. I've got to help her with that. I've got the kids and all that. We've got hospital appointments for Penny. Penny's got hospital appointments coming up. So sometimes you might think, oh, Jamie ain't done a video for 3 or 4 days. That's the reason. So if anyone's ever wondering where Jamie's gone, Jamie's not disappeared. It's just the fact that something's come up in the family and I've got to take care of it. But I'm always here, guys. So, yeah, I'm always here. So it's all good. It's all good. Let's talk about Liverpool Football Club right now. Let's talk about the football club. Let's talk about what's going on with our football club. Yeah. So yes, Steve's video. Look, the Luton result is what it is now. Fortunately, Liverpool hasn't done a single bit of damage in a weird way. So that's okay. Usually when everyone drop points. Arsenal drop points, Tottenham's drop points, Liverpool's drop points. Everyone's really dropped points. The only team that didn't drop points are Manchester City, but I think everyone was expecting Man City to win the Premier League anyway. So I don't think we can all be that butthurt. We can be irritated because you look at it, Liverpool should have won. Then with City at the top of the league, and it's like looks nice, but look, we'll come again, guys. We'll come again. The Darwin Nunez stuff. Now, the Darwin Nunez stuff is a bit. Look, I don't like the fact. I don't like the fact everyone keeps going for Darwin the way they do. I think personally Darwin Nunez has been pretty decent this season. I think he's actually been really good this season. He missed a glaring open goal, and I said it yesterday on my show that Darwin's got to improve that part of his game. He has to. If he improves that part of his game, I don't think we can doubt that Darwin will be a good player, guys. I think even people that don't really rate Darwin Nunez like that, and I get it, there is parts of his game, you must admit, that he's quite eye-catching. There is glimmers to his game where you think if he can just do this and that to his game, there's quality there. There's no doubt about it. Now it's up to Darwin to sort that part out. We can't always hold his hand and come up for excuses for him constantly. That's part of Darwin's growing that he needs to do to just, calm that situation down. I said it yesterday about Darwin Nunez. For me, he rushes everything too quickly. He's always on the rush. If he just calms it down a little bit, the man's going to get goals. There's no doubt about that. He's got to start putting the chances away that he gets. He's scoring the hard goals and missing the easy chances. That can't continue. He needs to start burying these easier chances. He needs to start getting composed. And if he starts that, I think Darwin will be all right. I saw a thing today. Big up Mike with the stats there. I think I saw something today about Darwin compared to all the strikers in the league. And if you go by per 90 minutes in the league, which you do, you go by per 90 minutes, Darwin's stats are actually up there with everyone else's stats. And I've always said it. I've always said one thing about Darwin Nunez, and I say this about strikers all the time. And it might just be my preference. Some people want a different preference of a striker, and that's all cool. But I've always said it: if your striker is not scoring in the game, they have to impact the game in some kind of way. They can't just be having 7 touches a game and hope for the score. In my opinion, and what I like about Darwin that he does get involved in the game quite a lot. He does put himself about. He does really try, and that's one thing I like about Darwin, that he doesn't really have quiet games, shall we say. I never really come away with a game at Liverpool playing with Darwin playing where I go, oh, Darwin was quiet today. I never really have that with Darwin. So I like that part of his game. I like that from a striker, personally. If my striker's not scoring that game, I want him involved in some kind of way. But you still got to score goals, obviously. But yeah, I just don't get. It's not Liverpool it's the bullying aspect of the Darwin Nunez situation from other people, especially from social media and media outlets. That talk nonsense just to get clicks, and it's silly. It's silly. You missed a glorious opportunity. I remember Ronaldo's for Man United when he was 2 yards out and he put it over the crossbar. It was a worse miss than Darwin's. It happens. It happens to all players. I think, everyone always talks about Haaland. Haaland's just a goal scoring machine. He misses more chances than Darwin, but he scores more than Darwin. And I think that's what we need to see from Darwin, just put him more away, and then people will forgive him more. People forgive Mo Salah all the time, because I keep saying this. Mo Salah misses a lot of chances. If Mo Salah was more clinical, say if Mo Salah had a clinical edge like Son does for Tottenham, Salah would get 50 a season. That's honestly, if Salah had Son's clinicalness in front of goal, Salah would have 50 goals a season every single year, because the amount of opportunities he gets that he fluffs. But we let Salah get away with it because Salah gets 30 goals a season, 20 to 30 goals every single season. So we sit here going, oh, it's fine, because we know he's going to bag between 20 and 30 this year. Because we don't know that with Darwin yet, when he misses these glorious opportunities that he should score, we're all on him all the time, because he hasn't got that back catalogue like Mo has. I thought Jota and Salah get away with murder constantly, all the time. And when the Darwin miss yesterday, right, this is a thing I've been talking to Liverpool fans about today as well, that I get a bit annoyed with. The most glaring opportunity Darwin had yesterday was the goal he missed, the open goal he missed. We can all admit that was terrible. People going about the other two chances he had that were sitters. If you think them other two chances he had were sitters, I'm telling you right now that you don't know ball. The first chance he had, right, when he hit it on the volley from that pass from Trent, he had to hit it early, because if he took another touch, the defender would have slid and blocked it. The defender, here's Darwin, the defender was next to him, and Darwin's going away from goal, so he has to take the shot, and he hits it on the volley. He probably hits it too well. It's not a glaring opportunity. But if the defender if Darwin takes a touch, the defender slides in and Darwin gets his shot blocked. So people saying that was a chance. Like, did anyone watch Daniel Sturridge today on Monday Night Football? He basically said it there. The one opportunity he had, the one opportunity he had, he missed. And that's the issue. The one chance he had, he missed. But I'm happy to give Darwin time, man. I'm happy to give Darwin time. The reason I'm happy to give Darwin time is because everyone peaks in different times of their career. Every player peaks at different times in their career, Some players peak really early, between like 18 and 25, and they're exceptional between the years of 18 and 25. Then some players peak between 25 and 32, and are just exceptional between them years. Darwin's 24 at the moment, so it's not like he's a dead player. It's not like he's a dead footballer. Would I take him out the firing line against Brentford? Yeah, I would take him out the firing line and put Gakpo in there. But then I'd take Jota out the firing line as well. Jota can't keep getting away with it. Jota can't keep getting away with it either. Having these dead games. But then comes clutch for a couple of goals. But when he doesn't come clutch, he's having a dead game. This is what I keep saying. You had Jota, Salah, and Darwin against Luton yesterday. Yeah, Jota and Salah were far worse than Darwin in the whole game by a country mile. Because when they're not doing that, when they're not scoring or assisting, they're ineffective at the time, especially Jota. So yeah, we got to talk about. I've got a video coming out this week about is our front line overrated, and I think I'm going to talk about it then because I think we have a real discussion about it. We really do. But let's talk about the midfield situation. The problem is by the time Darwin peaks, Virgil Anderson. What's that got to do with Darwin? See, I don't understand that commentary, Don. Explain it more for me, my friend. Explain it for me a little bit more, my friend. I don't get it. The problem is by the time Darwin peaks, Virgil, Salah, and Anderson are all old and gone. They need replacing. That's not easy. How's that Darwin's fault? I don't get that. I might be thick, Trudon, but I love you, man. But explain that a bit for me, man. Ian Rush would put 99% of those chances missed by Darwin. Yeah, I'm not saying Darwin don't miss chances, but it was all sitting here last week, and I watched all of you. I watched all Liverpool content creators all the time. I listen to a lot of Liverpool content creators, and I watch a lot of you in the chats in other Liverpool channels, all praising Darwin last week. And so, Darwin's got it. He's getting there. He looks tremendous this season. He had a bad game. So did Salah and Jota. Where is the same love for Salah and Jota in the chat? Are we all thinking Salah meant that assist? Is everyone thinking that Salah meant that headed assist? Salah fucked up. Salah fucked up. Are we all sitting here pretending that Salah meant to nod that down to Jota? He didn't. What else did Salah do in the game? What else did Jota do in the game? Come on. It's all blame one man because it's easy to do. The whole fucking team was shit. Where was Szoboszlai yesterday? Where was Szoboszlai yesterday? Someone tell me. Where was Szoboszlai yesterday? Can someone explain? You know, what did Szoboszlai do? That's what I need to know, man. What did Szoboszlai do yesterday? This midfield genius that we all, Liverpool fans keep, including me, we lure up. I've been talking about Szoboszlai as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. But he's been missing the last couple of games. Where's Szoboszlai been the last couple of games? Missing, man. Missing. I don't believe that, Mike. I'm sorry. Mike, I love you, but I don't think Szoboszlai has been overplayed. If Szoboszlai can't play 2 games in a week, don't sign him. It's as simple as that. I am not having that a professional footballer can't play 2 games in a week. I really am sorry. When you've only just turned 23, if you can't play 2 games in a week, don't sign him. It's as simple as that. You can't be overplayed when we've only played, 10 Premier League games. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. I'm sorry. If he's fucked already and he's exhausted, get rid of him. It's not good enough. If we're doing this, I'm not having this overplayed stuff. If he's that tired when he doesn't really start Europa League games or League Cup games, if he's that tired, why are we buying him? Why are we buying a 22-year-old? Why are we buying a 22-year-old who just turned 23 that can't play twice a week? I can't be having all this bullshit about players' tiredness. I really can't. I'm 42 years old. You want to know about tiredness? Big up Frank in the chat as well. He's much older than me. Big up Frank. Love you. Right? But I'm 42 years old. Do you know how tired it is just getting up in the fucking morning and making your breakfast and running around the kids for a fucking 12 hours and then dying at the end of the night? That's tiredness. Not 22 fucking years of age. I'm not having this. Footballers are prima donnas, man. They're so ridiculously pampered. Oh, you can't play twice a week. Oh, geez. Why are we buying him in? I'm not saying against Bournemouth he played right wing, left wing, and midfield all in one. He was overplayed. He was shit everywhere he played, though, Mike. To be fair, he was shit everywhere he played. So I don't think that's an excuse either. He was just crap. He was just crap on that day. What is going on? He was just absolute. He was absolutely cat, guys. Let's get it this way, yeah. Spozolo was just shit, yeah. And let's go to the other cracks of the whole team. And right. This is my whole thing today, yeah. Because I'm still smoking. I'm still pissed off because I read social media. I read Twitter quite a lot, and the Liverpool fans on Twitter, right? They just do my head in because nothing comes out of their minds that makes sense. It's all still blaming the owners. The owners get the blame for everything. I don't get it. We didn't do enough this summer. We didn't do enough this summer. I am so sick of that fucking rhetoric. Because here's one for you. All the Liverpool fans that sit on social media, we didn't do enough this summer. No team, apart from Manchester City, do enough every single year. No team. Did Arsenal do enough this summer? No. Did Liverpool do enough this summer? No. Did Man United do enough this summer? No. Did Chelsea do enough this summer? Probably not, and they spent loads. They still need a striker. No team, apart from Manchester City, do enough. So I keep getting sick and tired of the same rhetoric. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who we buy. We didn't do enough this summer. Pass me my tea, Gene. Fucking sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. Jane doesn't look a day over 30, 42 is a living. It's just, it's just, oh, it does my head in. You know, one bad result against Luton, and I'm with Mike. Personally, I don't think Klopp's tactics were that good against Luton, and I've said that. I think there is things we can pick out of this result. But at the end of the day, we bury our chances, we win the game. We really do. And everyone was shit. This is what I keep. Even I think Alisson was poor in some parts of the game yesterday. You know, everyone was poor. But everyone bullies one person, and I hate it. I just hate the fact that one person is taking the brunt of everything. Like it's not a 90-minute match. Like Darwin only had the only opportunity in the whole game to score. So it's not a 90-minute match. It was just a 30-second match. We played 30 seconds against Luton, where Darwin had his opportunity where he missed and messed up, which I've criticised, which every Liverpool fan in the world has criticised, and rightfully so. But we're acting like we didn't have 90 minutes to score goals against this shit fucking crap club. And everyone's sitting there going, who's Darwin? Darwin? It's Darwin Nunez. We didn't do enough in the summer. Let me get my fuck. We didn't do enough in the summer. Fuck Darwin Nunez. Oh, it does my head in. It does my. It does my nutting. It's just. Oh. Liverpool did quite well in the summer. How many players did everyone think Liverpool should buy in one summer that doesn't disorganise the team? Do you want to buy 7 players in the summer? And then you've got to put that into a team? So I don't get it. I don't think there's much wrong with our defence either. You know, I heard Jamie Carragher talking absolute drivel yesterday. That blue nose. I can't stand Jamie Carragher. The more I listen to him, the more he sounds like an Everton fan every single day of the week. Every second I listen to that prick, he sounds like an Everton fan. I'm getting sick of it. Well, Liverpool need a quality defender. What are you fucking on about? Like, why was that the problem against Luton? Oh, Liverpool ain't going to do anything without a proper defender against, this draw of Luton proves it. What are you chatting about? What? Why was the defender the problem against Luton? Did you watch it? What the fucking hell? It's just, It's madness to me. Absolute madness to me. Big up to these beautiful guys here. Much love to you guys. I love how they say become a sponsor. They obviously got membership. Should Joe Gomez played left back? No. But what have I been telling people? What have I been telling people? Get Joe Gomez at left back against maybe like a Man City or something when we want to go free at the back in the way we play is fine. Playing Joe Gomez at left back against Luton makes no sense. And when I did the watch along for the game on midweek against Bournemouth and Simicast started, I said it then, well, he ain't starting on Sunday. It makes little errors in here and there. But even though Joe Gomez did start, guys, let's put it this way. Even Joe Gomez starting at left back, do you really not think we should have won that game still? You know, should it have been a problem? Should it actually been a problem of Joe Gomez playing left back? I don't even think Joe Gomez was that bad. And he played left back. But Joe Gomez playing left back actually an issue when you're playing Luton Town. You know, and I keep saying this, and I say this time and time again. Liverpool, everyone last season said Liverpool can't play against a low block, right? So, and I've always said it last year, and I'm going to say this again. Go back and watch my videos. I've been saying this for a long time now. It's a myth that Liverpool can't play against a low block because we create opportunities against every low block team we play. We just don't take our chances. Sometimes Liverpool haven't got that clinical edge up top. I mean, we've seen this many times. Sometimes Liverpool just lack that clinical edge in games sometimes. Every low block team we play, we always have 1, 2, 3 or 4 chances. But when you're playing low block teams, that's usually the amount of chances you get. Then you just got to be clinical. Liverpool are not clinical all the time, and that's an issue. And it's just not Darwin, it's the rest of the front line. Sometimes they're just not clinical enough. And against low block teams, Liverpool always create opportunities, always have done. But it's the way we play. It's the way we play. It is so slow and boring. Big up, Zach. It is so slow and boring. You know, we pass out the back. Alisson gets the ball, rolls it to Virgil. It's like a scene from Shaun of the Dead. Anyone seen Shaun of the Dead? Great film, right? It's like a scene from Shaun of the Dead when they're all out in the street going, oh. That's how we play out from the back. Alisson goes, gives it to Virgil, Virgil, gives it to Gravenberch, gives it back to Trent, gives it back to Canate. Canate goes 5 yards forward of the ball, then goes to Mac Allister. And it's like, it's so slow. It's so slow. We play. I hate it. I hate the way we play sometimes. And that's what bugs me. And then this is why I like to go more direct. I like the old Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. And I keep saying this. I want the Jurgen Klopp Liverpool back, where he's like balls to the wall, direct football. Even under Pep Linders. When we won the Premier League and Champions League, and Pep Linders was in charge and an assistant, we're still playing better football back then, playing more direct. I used to love it when Liverpool played 3 passes and scored. I mean, that's all Liverpool do. Virgil gets the ball, knocks it in a diagonal. Mo or Mane would keep it, or Diaz, or whoever's playing would keep the ball, play it to the midfielder, bang it into the box, goal. You get Robbo and Trent bombing down the wings. Yeah, that don't happen no more. No. We can't have fullbacks anymore that bomb up and down the wing anymore. Now, that's not allowed. What we do now is put our fullback into an inverted position and take away the best part of his game. Yeah. That's what Liverpool do. You know, and it's so annoying. Go back getting tread down the wide areas. I don't want Salah so wide. Salah's becoming a phenomenal footballer because he's so creative now. But sometimes when Mo's so wide in the game and the fullback just has to square him up and keep him on his toes, you know, make sure he doesn't go around him. Salah struggles and he's not in the game. You know, you need people going round Salah, doubling up. So Salah gets doubled up. So if you get a Trent who's running beyond Salah, he takes a defender away, gives Salah a bit of room. Yeah? Get in front of goal more, man. Get him in front of goal more. Look, we don't overlap, and I miss it. I do. I think we're taking Trent's best asset of his game away from him, making him inverted. And this is where I'm going to go with all this now. For me, don't know about you guys in the chat, Wataru Endō needs to play now. Simple as that. Wataru Endō needs to play now. I think Klopp just got to bite his tongue and go, Wataru Endō, you're an actual DM. You go and play DM. You know, it reminds me of I keep saying this, it reminds me of the time Liverpool had no defenders and they played Henderson and Fabinho as the centre-backs and we're still getting beaten because he didn't trust the Reece Williams and Nat Phillips. But as soon as Klopp bit his tongue and goes, I'm just going to put centre-backs in the centre-back positions and play my midfielders where they should play, we started winning again. Now, we all knew Reece Williams was dog shit. We all know Nat Phillips was dog shit. You know, all I sort of like Nat Phillips. But at the end of the day, for Liverpool, they're dog shit, yeah? But because they're centre-backs, they know the position. It's natural to them. It's not natural to Jordan Henderson to be playing centre-back. Not natural for Jordan Henderson to be playing anywhere. But, you know, it's not natural for him playing centre-back. Play players where they stop getting a square peg. What we're doing at the moment, we're getting a square peg and we're going, where's that round hole? Anyone see my round hole? Pause. Big pause there. Getting a square peg and putting it in a round hole constantly. What are we doing? Put the DM in the DM position. So I'm going to say, put the DM in the DM position. If you put him in his rightful position, I think you're getting better at the players you've got around you. Simple as that. What's happening with my internet? They don't want me talking about Wataru Endō. Hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully you can still hear me. Sorry about my internet right now. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. It's gone cock up. Wi-Fi has gone cock up. It's all the kids on their bloody tablets. But hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully the internet will sort itself out in a minute. I do apologise. 120 XP. Yeah, if you can hear me, that's fine. If you can hear me, that's fine. But the internet will sort itself out in a minute. Just put the look, they might not be the best of quality, and I'm not saying Wataru Endō is a quality player, man. I don't think Wataru Endō is I'm not saying he's Liverpool quality or anything like that, but you need to put players in their more natural positions and get other players into their position. Like if Klopp really wants to, he could play Endo and Mac Allister as a double pivot. Just go with it. Go 4-2-3-1. Go 4-2-3-1. Put Mac Allister and Endo next to each other. We know Mac Allister plays in a double pivot. You know, when he's playing internationally, he played for Brighton, he played a lot of his games in that double pivot next to a proper DM. You know, he had a proper DM, Mac Allister was there next to him, and he was allowed more license to get forward and stuff like that. Yeah? Go with that, Klopp. Go with that. Get Wataru Endō on the pitch. Free Mac Allister up. Because I feel for Mac Allister right now. You can tell it's starting to affect him now. It's affecting his game. Because I never remember Mac Allister giving away the ball like he does now. I watched him a lot at Brighton. Everyone goes back to last season. I was chomping at the bit for Liverpool going by Alexis Mac Allister. Everyone go and watch the tapes last season. I was always mentioning it. Alexis Mac Allister would be perfect for Liverpool. But I didn't know he was going to play in the number 6 position. And he's giving away the ball all the time now. You can see it starting a dent in his confidence. This ain't the Mac Allister we saw lighting up the World Cup. We all remember Mac Allister at the World Cup lighting it up. And Messi always looked for Mac Allister. They were playing 1-2s to each other, and it's beautiful to watch. That Mac Allister don't exist right now. Free Mac up. I'm going to get posters. Start protests. Go drive down to Liverpool. Put the ball. Let's get a protest. Go free Mac. Hopefully everyone don't think it's a McDonald's sign. But yeah, free Mac Allister. Yeah, free Mac Allister. And at this moment in time, for me, you've got to take him out of the team. It's doing his confidence no good. Get Wataru Endō in that number 6 position. Take Mac Allister out of the team for a little bit and get Curtis Jones back in this side. People are not going to like that, by the way. People are going to hate this because everyone loves Gravenberch at the moment, including me. But I keep saying this right now. Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are too similar. They're too similar. There's no... Szoboszlai's best games for Liverpool have all come when Curtis Jones plays on the left-hand side of the midfield 3. And that is a fact. It's a fact. All Szoboszlai's best games have come when Curtis Jones plays on the left of a midfield 3. And that's where I think we've got to get a balance in our midfield. We really do. We need a balance in that midfield. Now, against Brentford, we've got no Mac Allister. What will Klopp do against Brentford? What will Jurgen Klopp do against Brentford? We've got no Mac Allister in that game because he's got a 1-game suspension for 5 yellow cards. But by the way, guys, we're only in November and Mac Allister is already serving a suspension for yellow cards. That is also an issue. We can't keep having Mac Allister keep getting booked because he's playing out of position. Our DM is already serving a 1-game ban. It's a problem. It's another reason why he shouldn't be playing in this position. You bought Wataru Endō. Play him now. But what does he do? But what does he do against Brentford? Does he play Wataru Endō or does he play Curtis Jones in that DM role and he plays Gravenberch and Szoboszlai? What do we think? What do we think against Brentford, guys? Early predictions in midfield. Does he go Curtis Jones in that DM position where he's played a couple of times before? Does he put Curtis Jones in the DM position and plays Gravenberch and Szoboszlai? Or does he stick Wataru Endō in that scene? Or does he play Gravenberch in the 6 and play Curtis Jones on the left? What do we reckon? Personally, I think it has to be Endō, Curtis, and Szoboszlai for me. That would be my midfield 3. And people go at me. I'm probably going to get comments after this video going at me. And here's my explanation before everyone has a go at me about the Curtis Jones situation. I'm not slagging Gravenberch off. As everyone knows, I love Gravenberch. I think he's a tremendous player, and I can't believe we got him for 32.5 million quid. Paul Bayern Munich's pants down for him. It's a great player, and I keep saying it, pound for pound. At the end of the season, I think Gravenberch will be our best signing. But at this moment in time, what's happening is Gravenberch is a ball carrier who his first instinct is to run forward. Szoboszlai's first instinct is to run forward. Mac Allister's first instinct is to try and get forward. So if you've got Gravenberch as a ball carriers sometimes lose the ball, guys. It's what happens. They sometimes lose the ball. So if you lose the ball and you're out of position, and if Szoboszlai is getting forward as well at the same time, and he's out of position. Why do you think a lot of the times when we lose the ball in the midfield, guys, you see Szoboszlai and Gravenberch running their arses back towards our goal? Because we've got no one there. We're all out of position. We're all over the shop. You know, there's no positional play, and that's where we got to get this right. And Curtis Jones, because he's not a ball carrier like Gravenberch is, he's got a bit more, you know, a bit more into his game that is about protecting the ball a little bit more and keeping it simple at times. And because he keeps the ball a little bit more and he keeps it simple, you know, he's very good at holding onto the ball for a little while, resting on the ball, and then keeping it simple. And because he does that, that there allows Szoboszlai to get forward and do the work that Szoboszlai wants to do. Said it, I've been saying for a while, it's about balance, guys. It's about finding the best balance in your team to win a game of football. Sometimes we'll play Szoboszlai and Gravenberch and we'll win games of football. Do you know why? Because they're quality footballers. But sometimes the balance is not right, and you have to put the right players in to make that balance. And as I said, Mac Allister, at this moment in time, he's serving a 1-game suspension now. We should all be worried about that because it's only November. You know, he's already serving a 1-game suspension for yellow cards. He's got to keep him booked, guys, if he plays the number 6 position. And if he gets 10 yellow cards, it's a 2-game suspension. There's no way he's not going to keep getting bookings because he hasn't got the recovery pace. He hasn't got recovery pace to play in that position. And the other thing about the pace part of it, because I keep hearing people talking about pace a lot as a DM. Fabinho had no pace whatsoever. Fabinho was one of the slowest footballers I've ever seen in my life. But do you know what Fabinho had? He read the game at a world-class level. That's the difference. Fabinho read the game at a world-class level, so he didn't need pace. He knew where to be on the pitch. He knew where to go on the pitch. He knew where to stand to stop attacks. He saw attacks happening before the attack even happened because he was reading the game at a world-class level. So he didn't need recovery pace. He didn't need pace. We didn't need to see... Fabinho at his best, you didn't really see Fabinho run because his positional play was world-class back in the day. It was beautiful. And Mac Allister hasn't got that. Endō probably hasn't got that. But what Endō is a DM. He's a defensive midfielder. He will know positionally what to do more in that area of the pitch. He will know if he needs to make a foul or not. He will know if he needs to run with that midfielder and run with that midfielder so he doesn't attack into our final third. He will know if he needs to make a clever foul. It's just little things like that make a massive difference. You know, and Curtis Jones gets a lot of stick from Liverpool fans. And I think Gravenberch is a better footballer than Curtis Jones. I think he is. But for balance, if we want to get... It depends who everyone wants to get the best out of. If we want to get the best out of Szoboszlai, then you need a proper defensive midfielder. And Curtis Jones gets the best out of Szoboszlai at this moment in time. Right? But if you want to get the best out of Gravenberch, then you drop Szoboszlai and you play Gravenberch. But you need this certain player in your midfield 3. We play with a 3, guys. We're not playing with a 2 and a 1 or anything like that. We play with straight 3 across the middle. You know, you got the 1 here, the 1 there, and 1 there. We play that straight 3 across the middle. There's not a 2 and a 1 or anything like that. It's a straight 3 where they've all got to be 6s and 8s at the same time. So Klopp wants it because that's how he thinks counter-pressing is best for Liverpool to play. Curtis Jones is better than Gravenberch at the moment. At the moment. Gravenberch will be better eventually. Of course he will. But for balance at the moment, to get the best out of Szoboszlai, who I think is the best midfielder we have at this moment in time, if you want to get the best out of Szoboszlai, play Curtis Jones next to him. And I think that's why Curtis Jones has been playing. You know, Curtis Jones, he only had a knock. Apparently, Curtis Jones is going to be fine for the Brentford game, I think. So, but when Curtis Jones has been available this season, Klopp's playing him, and I think it is because of the balance in the midfield. It's not that he's a better player than Gravenberch or anything like that. It's about balance. Why do you think Conor Gallagher plays for Chelsea? Chelsea fans don't rate Conor Gallagher at all, but he actually brings a balance to their midfield. You know, and when you watch Conor Gallagher, he actually looks sometimes like Chelsea's best midfielder. You know, people don't like to admit it. It's because he's not as good as the talent they got around him or they got on the bench, but he brings that balance in that position. And same with Curtis Jones. He brings that balance to, put a shining light on your star player. That's what I'm saying. It's the Gerrard and Lampard situation for England. You know, two world-class footballers that should have been able to play together, but they couldn't because there was no balance. Because England played 4-4-2 without a DM, and Gerrard and Lampard both wanted to do exactly the same thing all the time. Get on the ball and get in the box to score goals. That is what they wanted to do constantly. You know, and we never changed it up, and the balance was terrible. But two world-class footballers, and terrible together. You know, it's about balance. It's about balance for me. We can't play the way we want to play without a proper DM or a substandard DM. I think we ain't going to know till Wataru Endō plays. There's one thing I will say about Wataru Endō, and the more I've watched him recently for Liverpool, his passing range is decent, Wataru Endō is actually quite decent on the ball. What I like about Wataru Endō is that he looks forward when he gets the ball. Wataru Endō is always looking to pass forward with the ball. I've noticed that quite a lot every time I've watched him play recently. It's very hard for us to give a real metric on what he is as a player because we haven't seen him used enough yet. Yes, when he came in, he weren't great, but he's coming from a new league, playing the Jurgen Klopp way. We noticed the same with Fabinho. When Fabinho made his Liverpool debut, he was dog shit. Then we didn't see him again until around November time. And then he was tremendous because he learnt the way to play. I think we need to see Fab try this position. I think Klopp needs to look at it and go, look, Mac Allister's getting, it's obvious it's starting to affect his game. That's helping him out. Because I would like to see Mac Allister and Szoboszlai with Wataru Endō behind them. I would like to see that. I'd like to see Wataru Endō as the DM, Mac Allister on the left-hand side and Szoboszlai on the right-hand side, because that would be nice balance. Because Mac Allister's got more of a natural defensive game to himself, and he's very good at getting hold of the ball, taking his time on the ball and controlling the tempo of the midfield when the pass it long, when the pass it short, and be creative. And you've got Szoboszlai, the athlete, the sprinter, the runner, the bully, the technician, on the right hand side. It's a nice balance. I'd personally love Klopp to try it one day. Just play with Wataru Endō there, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai, and then they can defend as well. They can come back and help Wataru Endō if he's isolated. I think that gives a better balance. I think that brings a better balance. But I think we're all waiting on the apparent transfer of Andre from Fluminense to Liverpool. I think that's what we're all waiting on. And if they do go and get him, here's a question for everyone in the chat. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for being here on this late night. I do appreciate it. If Andre does come to Liverpool, guys, if it does happen, we know Liverpool are very interested in him, and apparently so are Arsenal, and there was another club, I think it's Aston Villa or West Ham. One of them clubs are also interested in him. There's 3 Premier League clubs, but the rumours are Liverpool are leading the chase for him, and they've done a lot of groundwork already. If Liverpool do go and get Andre, and he becomes that number 6, and then he's got Mac Allister and Szoboszlai, what does that mean for Trent Alexander-Arnold? Are we only playing... I need everyone in the chat to answer me this, a yes or no. Is Trent only playing the inverted role right now because we haven't got the DM that Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders want. Is that the reason? Because I think Pep Linders and Jurgen Klopp want a football playing DM. Look, Polina and all that from Fulham are tremendous defensive midfielders. I don't think Klopp wants that kind of defensive midfielder. He wants a footballing, sort of deep lining midfielder, like a Pirlo, like a Thiago sort of thing. He wants like a Pirlo, who's not a DM, but he plays further back than all the other midfielders, and he controls the game. Is that what he's looking for? Because, and then it stops Trent going inverted, because I don't think Trent inverting works. I really don't. It's not getting the best out of his game, and we play too much through the middle. And as I said earlier, I've said this many times, I like Liverpool when they play out wider, and then bring in through the middle. You can play out wide and create opportunities for your team. If you're playing four in the midfield, it can get clustered in there, right? And we play very narrow now. We don't play wide at all. So if everyone's very narrow and they're in this like square box, and that's where everyone's playing, it's very difficult to thread the balls through and stuff like that. So if you play wider, what happens when you play wider? Like Man City do. They play now when they go wide, it creates openings and gaps for the midfielders. And we've got some tremendous gifted midfielders that could benefit from it. So I'm just wondering if Klopp's looking at it and thinking, right, if I can get Andre in, I've got Andre Endō, Mac Allister. They're my three main defensive players. Then I've got Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Harvey Elliott, who are more my attacking minded midfielders. Yeah. Then I can have Trent and Robbo when he comes back from injury, or Tsimikas. They can be the fullbacks, and Trent don't have to invert no more. And we can play higher up the pitch, controlling more of the midfield, and get them wide runs going again, get them overlaps going again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're thinking at the moment, and what they're thinking might be the idea. Big up Colin, how you doing, man? Are you doing well? I'm just wondering if that's, and the thing, and the thing with Andre as well. He's just had, his season. It's a weird one. Because everyone, like, we're all asking, like, Liverpool go and get Andre. He can save, like, he can do bits, but his season actually finishes in December, so he's had a whole season. If we go and get Andre in January, it's very difficult for him to go, right, we're in the middle of our season. I know you just finished your season, but we're in the middle of our one. And then him to come in and start, he's going to need a break. So maybe we're looking at the intentions of getting him in January for him to be ready for the summer, for next season. This is where the DM thing is really a bit of a cluster mess at the moment, really. Because you've got players out there like an Endō that people don't rate, and I get it. I do. I don't think he's Liverpool quality, but as I say, he is a defensive midfielder. I'd probably rather Wataru Endō in his natural position, and then get Mac Allister to play in his natural position, and you get the best out of Mac Allister. Then you get even more out of Szoboszlai. You get even more out of Gravenberch, because everyone's in their more natural positions on the pitch. It's a hard one to figure out. It really is a hard one to figure out, because we don't know what the manager wants to do with that team, how he sees it going forward. For all we know, guys, he might see Mac Allister as a defensive midfielder. We don't know. He might see Mac Allister as that man, because no other midfielder plays there. Like, none. No other midfielder that's fit and available right now for Liverpool Football Club plays in defensive midfield apart from Mac Allister. So we might have to think, like, does Klopp see Mac Allister as a defensive midfielder? As a defensive minded midfielder, not maybe as a number 6, but more of a defensive-minded player. Is that how Klopp sees Mac Allister's role? Because no one else plays there, guys. Szoboszlai don't play in the 6. Graham Birch don't play in the 6. Curtis, Harvey. No one else is playing there apart from, the DM that he's bloody got is not playing there, but Mac Allister plays there. So does he see? Let me know in the chat what you think, guys. Do you think Klopp, yes or no in the chat, do you think Klopp sees Mac Allister as a defensive-minded player? And I don't mean a number 6, by the way, guys. Just a defensive-minded player, because he is the only one who plays in that 6 area. And he might be thinking of something different than we all do. Aaron says, I'm not sure you can play Endō and Mac Allister in the same midfield. Yeah, same. Yeah, gang and deep. Klopp's doing his typical shoehorning thing again. Watch it come back and bite us. Gang and deep, let me know in the chat. Do you think Klopp might see Mac Allister as a defensive-minded player? Let me know in the chat. I don't know. Mac is not a 6. I'd give Endō a go. Yeah, I would as well. I would as well. Big up Ravi in the chat. You're doing well, my friend. Yes, but he's wasted defensive-minded play. I agree. I just don't. I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused about it all. I think like we all are. I haven't really got the answers. I don't think any of us have. I don't know what Klopp's thinking. I don't know if Jurgen's thinking he is a 6, or he just sees him as part of a defensive midfield unit, maybe. Who gets a number 6 in. And I tell you what, I'd like to see. Right, here's one for you. Let's throw this out there. I'm going to throw this out there right now, guys. If Thiago was fit at the beginning of the season, let's pretend Thiago's hip surgery went well, because who fucking knows, right? But pretend his hip surgery went well, right? And Thiago is fit at the beginning of the season, yeah? And he's perfectly fit and ready to go. He had a great pre-season and all that. Would Thiago play number 6? Would Klopp play Thiago, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai as his midfield 3? Is that what Klopp's missing? Is that what Klopp would have actually done? Would he have gone like Thiago and Mac Allister as like a double pivot with Szoboszlai just playing in that 10 role in front of him? Is that what he was actually thinking of doing? But Thiago's injury sort of wound him up. I do think Klopp is wound up by Thiago's injury concerns and how long he takes to heal. I think it does wind him up. Is that what he was looking at? Yeah, is that what he's looking at? Because I said it last season. Thiago was our best defensive midfielder last season. He was our best defending midfielder. And what we got to remember by this DM role, guys, yeah? You can be different kinds of defensive midfielders. You can be deep line playmakers, yeah? You can be a midfielder that's the deepest out of your midfield 3, where you're not classed as the DM. You're like a Pilo. I wouldn't really class Pilo as a DM, but he's more of a midfield controller that sits a little bit further back. They make sure the other midfielders make sure he has room on the pitch to do his sort of thing. Is that what Klopp was looking at? Maybe having Thiago there, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai. So I'm not lying. I would love to have seen that midfield 3. I ain't going to lie. That's saucy. Is that what he's looking at? Is that why we're going for an Andre? I'm not sure. I'm really confused by it all, guys. I am confused by it all because Thiago's not been available. We can't answer this question probably because he hasn't been available. We haven't seen it. I'd love to see when Thiago's available. Thiago's meant to be available after the international break. So he's meant to be available after the international break. when Thiago comes back, I'd like to see what happens. I would love to see what happens with that midfield dynamic when Thiago is fit and available and comes back. Because I'm with Gangandeep. I'm not sure if Klopp wants to play a double pivot, because Klopp said in pre-season, and he said it recently as well, he said it a few times already this season, that he doesn't play a 10 because of the counter pressing. He said this himself. He doesn't play that number 10 position because he prefers the counter press. The counter press, I think he said it in a way that the counter press is his number 10. That's what his number 10 is, the counter press. So he probably ain't going to play a double pivot. So is he looking for that Thiago, Mac Allister, Szoboszlai blend in that midfield three? And that's why he's after Andre, to take Thiago's spot next summer. He wants to get him in this January, learn the way Liverpool play. It gives Andre a view, because Andre's had a whole season. That's what, if we don't see Andre play from January till next season, don't be alarmed, guys. We've got to remember, Andre's just had a whole season. If he does come, his season finishes, I think, on the 7th of December or something like that. He's had a whole season. So Andre might be like getting into the club. It might be a good move. It might be a smart move that we get him in January, learn the Liverpool way, learn the Jurgen Klopp way that we play, get used to the country and the city and all this sort of stuff and the way the football's played here. And then by the time we come to the summer, he's actually ready to go. He hasn't got to have that building in process because we got him in the summer, and it's got to take, we don't see him till November. He'd be ready to go straight away in the summer, because he would adapt that adaptation time from January. So it'd be, is it December 3rd? Big up Chris Angel in the chat. Big up to you, Chris Angel in the chat. Yeah, Gattuso was a DM and Pilo was a deep line playmaker. Yeah, like Thiago at Bayern Munich, that sort of thing, gang and deep. You know what I mean, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 12th man. You've got me, man. That midfield will be Macca on the left, Dom on the right, and Thiago on the 6th. That's what I was saying, 12th man. That's what I was getting at. Is that what Klopp's looking at? And that is what he's trying to... Because, when Stefan Bajcetic is back as well, because I think he said he's 4 weeks away from being back. When he comes back, I'd like to see what he does with him, because I've said it before. I personally don't think Stefan Bajcetic is a DM. I think he can play a bit more advanced than a DM. Personally, I think you can play Stefan as a number 8. I honestly do. I don't think he's an all-out number 6. I think there's more to his game. That might just be me, but I actually think there's a little bit more to his game than being a number 6. So it'd be interesting to see, in a few weeks' time when we come back after the international duty and all that, and Thiago's available, Stefan Bajcetic is available, what the midfield is going to look like, and what Klopp has got in his head, what he's got in his mind, what he's thinking. Because I'm looking at him thinking, does he see Thiago, Endō, and Mac Allister as his defensive-minded players? And then he looks at Curtis Jones, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and Harvey Elliott as he's more like. So yeah, so Stefan Bajcetic, Mac Allister, Thiago, and Wataru Endō. Does Klopp look at them and think that's his 4 defensive-minded players? And then Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Elliott, and Curtis Jones. Does he then look at them as his 4 attacking-minded midfielders? Is that, and then he's in his mind, he's got like 2 midfields that he can combine things with. So he can go over midfield of, Thiago, Mac Allister, and Szoboszlai one day. He can maybe go over midfield of Stefan Bajcetic, Curtis Jones, and Gravenberch, and he can change it around. Is that what he's maybe thinking in his head, that if I got this, and I go and get Andre in January, and I'll give him time to adapt to the Premier League. And then when Thiago leaves in the summer, I've got Andre there ready to go. They're not similar players in any kind of way, but it gives him that adaptation period from January to the summer. I'm not sure. I might be talking bullshit here. I don't know. It's a confusing one because of the way we're playing in that area. Look, if people think Stefan's a 6, I don't mind it, because I just think there's a little bit more to his game where maybe, like Declan Rice. I don't think Declan Rice is an out-and-out defensive midfielder. I think Declan Rice could easily play in the number 8 position and be a box-to-box midfielder at times myself. I think Declan Rice has the qualities to be a box-to-box midfielder and number 8. And he can also play in the number 6 role. Maybe that's what Stefan's got a bit about him. That's maybe what Stefan's got, what I've seen him have. He's got that little bit something else about him where he's just not a defensive midfielder all the time. But maybe that's just me. But that's good options in the midfield for the rest of the season, ain't it? Let's look at it from January till the end of the season. Everyone is fit and healthy. You've got Mac Allister, Thiago, Stefan, and Wataru Endō, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and Harvey Elliott. That's 8 midfielders, and all can play in sort of like a various positions. That's quite decent. It really is. But yeah, the more I talk here, the more I'm starting to realise I'm not sure what Klopp's looking at and what Klopp wants in that midfield. But all I know is that he looks at Mac Allister at this moment in time as a defensive-minded midfielder, because he is the only one that plays the defensive role for our team. He's the only one. He's the only one that does play that defensive role, guys. Let's be truthful here. Let's be truthful. He's the only one. So what does Klopp see in Mac Allister? Guys, what do you think Klopp sees in Mac Allister that plays him in that number 6 position? Let me know in the chat. Big up Doug Football channel. Big up to Doug for the super chat. Transformed our midfield in one window. Endo, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai on Mac Allister. VVD was looking better too. You're bang on with those Twitter fans. Big up, Doug. Much love to you, man. I hope the new baby and everything's going all good, and loving being a dad. Big up to you, man. It's what do you think, guys, about Mac Allister? What do you think Klopp sees in his game that he makes him the number 6 like all the time? Out of all the midfielders we got, he looks at Mac Allister to be the number 6. What do you think Klopp sees in his game to play that position, guys? Let me know in the chat, because if Klopp is thinking there is defensive part of his game that he thinks is good in that position, what is going to ever change? I think that's something Gangendeep said earlier. Now, if Klopp's playing Mac Allister there all the time now because he sees something in his game, in that defensive part, what is it ever going to change? Is that what he is at Liverpool? Or are we thinking or am I thinking too much into it? Let me know in the chat. Big Albert Thiago playing for Thiago's last game was against West Ham on the 21st of April, if I remember right, Albert. Big up to you, man. I love that dream about Thiago's out a long 8 months. Yes, man. Big up Chris. I have a bone to pick you, Diaz. Yeah, I'm not Diaz hater. Oh man, this Diaz stuff is getting me crucified, ain't it? I've been saying it for a while now. The only thing I said about Diaz is what is his game? That's all I said. What is his game? But no, I love Diaz. Big up Diaz. Big up Aaron says I'm not sure Klopp wants a DM. Facts. Big up Bear Smash the likes. He says, yeah, go and smash that like button, guys. Big up Black Prince. Jamie, that's a good theory because by the summer Endo will be up to full speed. And by next season, Endo and Andre will rotate the 2 solid 60s. That could definitely happen. I think there is more to Stevens' game to like a Mac Allister, but Klopp's got him in that 6. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. River Knight's got the same worries about the Mac Allister situation because he obviously sees something in his game, guys. He sees something in Mac Allister's game where he plays DM. And if he sees it, we know what Klopp can be like. We all love the guy. This ain't no one's dissing Klopp or having a go at him here, so don't come at me. But we know when Klopp likes a guy, and that don't sound good, does it? When Klopp likes a player in a certain position and he sees a certain thing to his game in that position, that player usually ends up playing in that position. You know, look at Gini Wijnaldum. You know, with Newcastle and the Dutch team in the final side, he had a little bit more freedom to play than he did in this Liverpool team. He was a bit more restricted, you know, because that was his role. Because Klopp saw something in his game that, you know, that little bit of defensive know-how in his game, not to play him as a defensive midfielder, but to play him in that more restricted role. And it got the benefit out of him because it made us a better team. So I'm not complaining about it. But what I'm saying is that Klopp sees that in certain players sometimes. I have no idea why he's been awful playing as DM. This is what I'm saying. You know, we can all see it with our own eyes that Mac Allister is starting to. His game is starting to get affected. You know, as I keep saying, we're only just in November and he's already picked up a match suspension through yellow cards. That's a worry. Does Klopp want an offensive 6? If so, we need a stronger back line. I think Klopp thinks he thinks that Mac is a good reader of the game and can pass and move it off. I agree with that, James. I think that is what that is that he feels like Mac Allister reads the game better than the other midfielders in his squad right now. So that's why he plays him in a deeper position. A bit like Gini Wijnaldum, in a way. You know, Gini got restricted in his game. It benefited us because we won everything with Gini Wijnaldum. And now Gini left the team. You can see why Klopp played Gini in that position. Perfect. So maybe that's what he does see for him. Like he thinks he can read the game better than all the other midfielders. And he's got a good pass on him. And he's quick with the pass. He looks to look forward. Mac Allister's always trying to get the tempo to go that way towards the opposition goal. He never really likes to go sideways and backwards. But that's now that part of his game is now affected. It's but being a good reader of the game is definitely true, and I think that might be right. We need him further forward, like you said. Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are too similar. We need Mac 10 giving through balls to Darwin, the balls over tops. We see him do it. Yeah, exactly. I agree, man. I agree. And there's nothing. Look, by the way, guys, before anyone comes at me, I'm not slagging Mac Allister off. I'm not slagging Klopp off. I'm not slagging Gravenberch off. I'm just asking questions like, what's happening with this DM position at our football club right now? Now, what is Klopp looking at? We're just asking questions tonight. No one's having a go at anyone. Now, when I was talking about the Szoboszlai and Gravenberch thing, I'm not slagging Gravenberch off either. I think Gravenberch is a tremendous talent. And as I keep saying, pound for pound, he will be our best signing by the end of the season, in my opinion. But I think we have better balance in the team. If we're looking at Szoboszlai as our best midfielder and that superstar in our midfield, then Curtis Jones gets the best out of him for balance. But this is the whole point of having a squad, guys. Sometimes players don't play. You need a squad. There's nothing wrong with people sitting bench. You know what I mean? Big up, Ruben, anyway. Much love to you, man. I agree with you. Big up, Booger Boy. Big up, Jamie. Just come on. So Spurs got stuffed. And had 2 players sent off. It was Karma at his best. Yeah, and then all Spurs fans are complaining about the red cards, don't they? and saying that, oh, they shouldn't be sending off. They got the ball. Yeah, well, we all said that when Curtis Jones got sent off, but you didn't seem to agree. Big up 12 man says Klopp sees a player that knows the Prem, has leadership skills and is consistent. I don't think he has the level of Thiago skills, but he's the sixth until Andre, Thiago, and Setic get acclimated. Here's one for you, Ren. If Stefan Setic gets himself fit and is constantly fit, does Stefan start playing the number 6 or does Mac Allister stay there? That's a genuine question. I'm not digging anyone out on this. If Stefan Setic was fit and fine to go, would Klopp put Stefan in, or was Mac Allister still playing the number 6 position? I agree with 12th man though about the Andre thing. I do agree with that. I think if Andre and Thiago was fit right now, I think if Thiago was fit, I do think Thiago would be playing the 6. Mac Allister would be playing off the left, and Szoboszlai off the right of him, and that would be the midfield 3. I'm just not sure about the Stefan one. I think if Stefan and Mac Allister are both fit, I still think Mac Allister plays DM ahead of him right now. And that's got to do with Stefan's age as well. Big up, Brett Young. Keep up the positivity, my friend. Keep that positivity up. Gooseup says Harvey would be better at DM. He played there for the under-21s. Jamie, it's definitely not his speed nor tackling ability. The only thing is his vision and passing ability. But speed and tackling are very important characteristics of a DM. Yeah, I agree with that. But then I always talk about Fabinho. Fabinho never had pace, man. I run faster than Fabinho, and I can't run. I think sometimes if you've got world-class reading of the game, you don't need pace. You know, if you've got world-class reading of the game, you don't need pace. But I do get what you mean. I think Mac Allister is our slowest midfielder, you know, that's available right now, because I think Thiago's our slowest midfielder overall, but he's not fit right now. So out of all the midfielders we've got available to us right now, I do think Mac Allister is the slowest. That doesn't mean like he can't do a job. Bigger Fama. Not about isn't it? Is Ange going off? Because I remember Ange's press conference in the Liverpool Spurs game when he said these things happen. So I hope he's saying the same thing. Ginny and Bobby had attributes to play box to box, 8 and 49 respectively, plus LFC objectives at that time are different, i.e. sustained top 4. Now we are trying to challenge. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Therefore, back we had a greater margin of error. I agree. There was a deluded fan on Footy Judge Mo's channel. Had the turn off man said he was happy with Ange keeping the high line with 9 men, and that Romaro's red wasn't a red, was speaking nonsense. Oh Jesus! Can I just say that if it weren't for Vicario in goal, then continuing playing that high line, and Chelsea were actually a good football team, Tottenham would have been battered 7-8 or 9-1, and that would have been embarrassing. So, yeah, Ange should have played for the draw. Would rather Stefan over Mac Allister at the 6. So would I. Probably Mac Allister over Stefan lack of games. No, I'm going from a standpoint that Stefan was never injured. Let's go from a standpoint that Stefan was never injured. Who plays the 6? I agree, TB. I agree. Albert, I agree, man. I agree. But I'm just saying at this moment in time, that Mac Allister plays there. And it's going to be interesting in the Brentford game, because for me, against Brentford, Wataru Endō should come in. We're at home as well. He's getting that protection playing at home. You play Wataru Endō in the DM position. You play Curtis Jones on the left. You play Szoboszlai on the right. I've just got this feeling that he's going to play Curtis Jones as the DM and Gravenberch on the left and Szoboszlai on the right. And if that is the case, then Mac Allister is his preferred DM. Exactly, Albert. That's what I'm saying. Fabinho had world-class reading of the game. He read the game at a world-class level. That's what I keep saying. That's why Fabinho didn't need pace. Psicic's fit as promising Klopp's version of a 6. Gives time to grow and learn with Roger and Thiago allows Mackie to turn to the left. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I don't know if any of us can answer it right now till they're all fit and available. I think when everyone's fit and available, I think that's when we go and learn what Jurgen wants. But for right now, I think we just got to put Wataru Endō in. I think we got to take the pressure off Mac Allister and just let him play more in his natural position. All us Liverpool fans want to see it. We loved the fact that we signed Alexis Mac Allister from Brighton for 35 million quid. We was also happy about it. And then since he's been at Liverpool, he's been dumped in this number 6 position. And we're just looking at him thinking, we've got a number 6. Wataru Endō, don't matter what people think of him. He's a defensive midfielder. He will be better in that position than Mac Allister. Unless Klopp thinks he isn't. Unless Klopp thinks Mac Allister for him is still better as a number 6 than Wataru Endō. And if he thinks that, then we've got major issues. But for me, put Endō in now. Let him have a game against Brentford. If he comes out of that game looking pretty decent, then keep him in there for the next game. Look, the next game after Brentford is Man City, guys. Is Manchester City. Does everyone want Mac Allister in a number 6 role against Man City? Or would you rather him further up the pitch, affecting play? You can't just dump Wataru Endō against Man City. You need to give him some games. This is why I think Wataru Endō should have played against Luton. I think Endō should have played against Luton. He should have played against Brentford. And then he's ready for the Man City game. So I just don't feel like you can play if you play Mac Allister in the number 6 against Man City, we could get massively swamped. That's why I think Klopp just missed a trick. And I'm not having a go at him. I just think he missed a little trick in not playing Wataru Endō against Luton, play him against Brentford, and then give him that game ready. Give him that game ready against City. Because I keep saying it. People might not like him, but he's a DM. He knows that position. Mac Allister don't really know that position. You're asking him to do a lot in that position that he's not comfortable with, and it's affecting his game. It's it's affecting his game a little bit. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Big up, Brett. I can't wait for the Brentford game. Going to the game for the first time. I'm 17, never been around for before because I live in Wales. Big up, Brett, man. You go enjoy it, man. You go have a great time. Let me know what it was like, man. When we do the match reactions against Brentford, make sure you get onto the chat on your drive home or anything like that, and let me know what your experience is like, my friend. Well, Wales and Liverpool ain't too bad of a trip, man. 12, man. I'm with you. I think Curtis has been decent, man. Jamie, they have changed the City game from TNT at 12:30 still to Sky Sports. Big up, Daz. For a DM to be able to read the game is more important than pace. I agree, but it be even better if the DM had pace and read the game. Yeah, that's why Rodri is the best in the world. You know what I mean? No, that's why Rodri is the best in the world. Rodri's not slow at all. I think people think Rodri's slow. He's not. He moves across that pitch at a lightning pace. But yeah, it's it's an interesting take, guys. I don't know what more to say on this, to be honest. It's an interesting one. What he's going to do? Does he? We have to wait for all the players to be available to see what Klopp's vision is. I think that's what we need. You know, we need all the players available to Jurgen Klopp at the time. You need Stefan available and Thiago available, especially to see what Klopp's vision is going forward for the rest of the season when it's midfield free. What does he look at? Is he actually looking at Mac Allister as a defensive-minded player, and that's the way he's going to play, but not as a six, just that defensive-minded way where he restricts him a little bit, or is he just playing him there like 12th man said, that he reads the game well and he's got that Premier League experience and all that sort of thing, and that's why he's playing him there till he gets that DM in. We ain't going to know till Klopp has all the players and we see it for ourselves. But at this moment in time, personally, I think we should take him out the firing lineup in that DM position. Give Wataru this game against Brentford, and then just play Wataru against Man City as well. And against Man City, play Wataru, Mac Allister, and Szoboszlai just in front of him. You get Mac Allister in his more natural position. You got Szoboszlai there, Wataru behind. You've got Curtis Jones and Gravenberch and Harvey Elliott on the bench that can come on and make an impact. I think we just need to give Wataru his go. It's not working with Mac Allister at the moment. Let's just give Wataru his go and see what happens. But look, we've got the game coming up on Thursday against Toulouse. I expect it'd be interesting to see the lineup on Thursday, guys. It'd be interesting to see what the lineup is on Thursday. I've got a feeling Alexis Mac Allister will play the number 6 role against Toulouse on Thursday. And if that is the case, I think Wataru Endō will play against Brentford on Sunday. But big up to everyone. I hope you're all doing good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming into the show this evening. I appreciate it, love. Spurs, hold it. Just hold that. We're only 3 points off the top of the table. We're third in the Premier League. Us dropping points, everyone else dropped points apart from City. So at the end of the day, on Monday night, now going into Tuesday morning, it weren't the end of the world. It weren't the end of the world, that result now. So we can all take a little breath, get ourselves back. But big up to all of you. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'll probably be back tomorrow sometime. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to put your notifications on because I'm not sure what times I'm going to go live this week. They're going to be all a bit scattered approached. So just make sure you put your notification bell on. So as soon as I go live, YouTube should, bang, get it through to you. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.